And I mean just that. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. This including the ice wall, baby. We're going to talk about this one way or another. Let's not overanalyze this conversation. Come on with it. Mama said that there'll be days just like this.
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. What should I say?
Come on with it. The late night groove session. The hype. Oh, we're going to talk about what Emmitt Smith had to say, too. May have to update the title. Let's get it. Five, 4, 3, 2. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Or no nights off. Nights off. No nights off. Riggs! I'm getting too old for this, Riggs. And come on with it, baby. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, or good night to all, All right. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. The name is Law Nation. Without hesitations nor deviation to the matter, if this your first time ever being here, we talk Cowboys football and beyond, and we are late night Law Nation. We had some things to happen throughout the course of the day, and I thought I would be able to go live a little earlier today, and my schedule got all mixed up, but shout out to everyone who tuned in to the video of the Cowboys allegedly shopping Jalen Tolbert. Now, I read some of the comments, most of the comments. Some people are saying, you know what? We like Jalen Tolbert, right? Let's not get rid of him. But my thing is, and hear me out, we are so back end heavy with these wide receivers. We have a surplus. And what you do with what good GMs do with the surplus, they take that surplus and they find out where we are inefficient at or deficient at. That's a better way to say it. And then they figure out how to fill that spot up, right? So the Cowboys technically got a good problem to have if you know how to utilize that problem. You guys get what I'm saying? So we also can look at it from this aspect. We got 2 areas where we need to improve at. Not one, but 2 areas on the defensive side of the coin. And one can argue that's defensive tackle. We raise the blade thin there. The other one would be to the degree we got DB issues, right? So we're going to have to figure out how to fix those areas. Now, by us having the wide receiver room, which is our biggest room, and then we got another unknown room, which would be the running back room, but that's a whole nother conversation. But our wide receiver room, I know for sure, a third of you guys, we can live with Lamb, we can live with Pickens and Turpin. I know y'all can live with that, right? But let's throw in Mingo, right? We got Ryan Flanoy. You still have Jalen Tolbert. You have Trayshawn Holden, Jalen Brooks, Jalen Cropper. You got a lot of Jalens, right? And what you try to do here is seeing how you can get something back in return. Now, what the Cowboys got to craft up and do is figure out a way to put a bow tie on Jalen Tolbert. You know, there was a guy that signed with the Ravens. He signed back with the Ravens. I forgot his name at the tip of my tongue. And he was a guy that the Cowboys were considering trying to trade for before we got George Pickens. And I forgot his name. Y'all can put his name in the chat. And they have very much so similar numbers, right? We got to quantify the fact that with Jalen Tolbert, you got to put the bow tie on it and say, hey, he was our leading touchdown out of our wide receivers last year. He was our reliable number 2. And there could be a team that's looking for a reliable number 2. You wink, wink, wink. Or with the potentials of being your guy that can fit in and get you touchdown. Bateman, there you go. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Mac. Appreciate you. Mac Lou said, what's his first name? Is it Roshad Bateman? You know, him and Jalen Tolbert's numbers are very comparable. And if you want to be, how can I put this? If you want to be extra with it and embellish just a little bit, you can set up an argument. You can literally set up an argument that Jalen Tolbert numbers were very similar to Smitty, Devontae Smith numbers, who play for the Philadelphia Eagles. So, but I'm not saying that he's of those kinds of calibers, but numbers are numbers, and that's how you got to sell it. Remember, you selling Jalen Tolbert to a team. So right now is not the time to beat up Jalen Tolbert. You got to figure out how you can increase his trade value. And that's what I would do. But that's a whole nother conversation for a different day. Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. Cali Cowboy, appreciate you. So let's get into this all the way of what Emmitt Smith had to say about Michael Parsons' contract. And we're going to get things there. Furious Styles, appreciate you, my guy. He says, just go out there and sign Amari Cooper, and let's cut the BS. Now, that would be wild, right? That would be wild. Lamb, Pickens, Cooper, throw in occasionally Kevontae Turpin. My guy, Jake Ferguson, is going to do his thing. Yeah, boy. That would be nice. But we'll see how the Cowboys operate with that. Emmitt Smith, they had the Hollywood premiere, the Hollywood Cowboys premiere in L.A. of the Netflix special. We're going to try to pull some audio of what Emmitt had to say, and we're going to talk about overanalyzations of things, but let's listen in to on the front end of what Emmitt had to say about the differences between the two of the Cowboys as it relates to Michael Parsons' contract situation in his. So give me a few seconds here. Appreciate everybody, man. Do me a huge favor. Hit that like on your way in, and sharing is caring. Let's see if I can pull this audio.
I keep trying to tell people there's a marketing play.
Can y'all hear the audio straight? And he is talking to DLLS Clarence Hill about this whole scenario and situation. Shout out to them. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Right. And then there's a reality play. Right. The reality play is, and I'm gonna tell folks, the media should have never called me a holdout, because I didn't have a contract. If I take your contract from you right now from the place you work, you can't come back in the building. They're taking your key card and everything else. You can't come back in the building, and you have no job there. But if I give you a job and you get a key fob, you can come into the building. My contract ended. I didn't have no more obligations to the Dallas Cowboys. I was out there in the wind as a free agent for 30 days until those 30 days closed. Then I only can talk to one team. I lost leverage, and that's what Michael Parsons is at right now. It's not having enough leverage. And so, but he also has another year on his contract. So there's a distinct difference between a holdout and being truly a free agent.
All right, so granted, he's a Hall of Famer. That's Emmitt Smith, and we're not finna go back and forward with the way the 90s contracts worked, right? If he's a free agent, maybe they work differently in the 90s, because if you're a free agent, there's no way that you coming off of a Super Bowl with over 1,700 yards, 18 to touchdown, something like that, and nobody reached out to you if you didn't have a contract. If you were a free agent, all of the 31 other teams would have been knocking at the door for Emmitt Smith, right? So I don't know. Maybe the free agent process was different during that time. Maybe they had a non-compete clause within the confines of that free agent period. And he said that he wasn't under contract. Now, contracts, Seabass, Emmitt do have a point there. Contract expired. But what we've been saying is with all contracts, you shouldn't wait to the end of the life of a contract because you're going to end up paying more. It is always better to extend a contract before it gets to the end of life. Now, granted, by Micah Parsons being a first-round draft pick, we get a fifth-year option. They do have that luxury of extending Micah Parsons or allowing him to play out to the end of his contract. Now, I do look at the first-round draft pick, fifth-year option ruling as a baby version of the franchise tag. That extra year, they get a lump sum of money. I think Micah Parsons is on the table for this year to make $24 million because they extended him to that 1 year of using the fifth-year option, right? It's an option. And contracts, we do have option years within the confines of the contract. Now, here's the thing. Once a contract get to its option year point, it can swing any way from there. So that's why most contracts, and this is universal, this is not just germane to the Cowboys or to the NFL. This is in anything that you do in life as it relates to contracts. Most of them, when it gets to the end of life, there's renegotiations. There are other clauses that could be added in. There's modifications. There's adjustments that could be inserted in within the confines of a contract. So what I'm getting at is that even though Emmitt Smith stated that, hey, his holdout was different from Micah Parsons, well, yes, they were different. But the difference is that Micah Parsons is subject to a fine. He wasn't. Emmitt Smith. So what he did was he held out, right? And what I'm getting at is that sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, your success could be your own failure. Let me say this again. Your success could be your own failure. Voided years. Shout out to you, Vinny. Yeah, between agents, Micah and Joneses. Yeah, I feel you, Seabass. So what I'm getting at is that the Cowboys, Jerry Jones, in his mind, in the words of, where my guy?
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
In his mind, he thinks that just because it worked for Emmitt, that he can do the same thing that he did during that time. That's crazy. That's flat out crazy. Times done changed. When Emmitt Smith was running for the Cowboys or holding out during that time frame, gas was 78 cents a gallon. Let me know where gas is at now, ladies and gentlemen, because at the end of the day, you're going to pay more. And just because it worked under that particular system doesn't mean that it's going to work to modern day time. And we can clearly see that Emmitt is old and gray with that gray piece on his hair. And it's just times to change. Time to change. But listen to the rest of it.
So the NFL did a good job of branding that moniker on me with the public. So everybody brings it up in that context. But I'm here to set the record straight. I'm only one man. I'm only one man that can set it straight. Because y'all got multiple bosses. You talk every day of the week. You interview folks, and you regurgitate the same old bullshit. I just tell you the real. Right. So let's be honest. There's not a distinct difference between the two. The only difference is I didn't sign until 2 games in. Right. That's the only difference. And so I keep trying to.
He said he didn't sign to 2 games in. So evidently, there was a contract. There was a deal on the table. And he said he wasn't under contract. So they didn't craft up that deal within that last 2 days, well, after the 2 days that they missed the contract, where they missed the 2 games there, and we was 0-2 starting off, and then they say, okay, the changes of the prices happened. And I think that Jerry will go to his grave and not release that information unless it's on this Netflix documentary. Shout out to Netflix or what have you, which is fun. And it is a situation and scenario. Ty Man says the same bullshit. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, indeed. It is. It's the same. It's the same song and dance. It is the absolute same song and dance. So whether you have a contract or not, a holdout is a holdout. At the same time, I'm not going against what Emmitt is saying, but technically, if he said that he no longer had a contract, but they had some type of an agreement that was there tangibly that he could sign so he can get a contract, it's still the similar situation. Because at some point, ladies and gentlemen, or if y'all can look up the 90s rules, how are the Cowboys eligible to hold you there if you're not under contract? How are they able to block off all of the 31 other teams? And I'm quite sure the 31 other teams, out of the 31 other teams, would love to see if they can take a shot at Emmitt Smith. If you didn't have no contract, meaning that how come the other 31 other teams were not able to submit their proposal, their information, so that they can get you on their side? But that's a whole nother conversation, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so John Machota did a great job of capturing some of these moments today as well. And he says Emmitt Smith, and I think John Machota audio is going to be a little echoey. Y'all let me know. Let's see what he had to say.
You have to ask
95.
Yes, it's still shocking to me. And I'm a firm believer that we should be in contention.
Hey, State Payne said he had a handshake deal. Hey, it could be.
Every decade, at least one time in the NFC Championship game. We should be there at least 3 times, because that's the hallmark of a true championship organization. And that's that legacy that I look for, and that's what I expect of our Cowboys. However, it hasn't happened. But nonetheless, he's still America's team, no matter how everybody look at it.
Yeah, so Emmitt is talking about the drought for the last 30 years. He had hair and no gray hair, head full of hair, no gray hair. And the last time we won the Super Bowl, y'all remember? He used to have the parks on the side of the head too, just like Emmitt Smith and just like Michael Irvin. He used to have the parks on the side of the head there. All right, so at least 3 appearances is what he's saying that the Cowboys should receive in at least a decade. I agree with him, of course. But we need to ask him, what is the consistent variables to this situation? That's all I'm going to say with that one. All right, so this is Emmitt Smith when he asked about the drought of the Super Bowl. Let's listen to what he has to say about this one.
Well, Jerry never caught a pass.
Okay.
He never ran a ball,
Right.
and he damn sure didn't throw one.
Right.
So at some point, players got to take on ownership of what they've been trained and what they've been taught to do. We had to do it ourselves. We went back-to-back Super Bowls, and then we lost our leader. And we was in disarray for a year. But as a player and as the leadership of that ball club and that ball team, we took it upon ourselves to say, this is what we're going to do. We don't care who's at the helm. Our systems are still the same. Our processes are still the same. We know how to work. We've been trained how to work. We were built from the ground up. So that foundation never left. So therefore, we was able to go back and win our third. So at some point, you as a player have to take on ownership and be developed into the leaders that you need to develop. And it's not all about you all the time. It's about bringing others with you, because you can't win by yourself.
Good conversation by Emmitt. Okay. In order for you to pull from that, you got to have a foundation that's been laid. Jimmy Johnson laid the foundation that they were able to pull from. We don't have a Jimmy Johnson foundation that's laid here. Knowledge is power. Power is energy. And I said this before. And energy cannot be created nor destroyed. There's nothing new under the sun. So the information that each and every last one of you guys knowing today is something that someone told to you that you learned and you applied it to life. That's what knowledge is. So what we can't extract something that we never learned. Shout out to you, Arch. Man, appreciate you. You think linebackers can fix the run D more than defensive tackle? Well, defensive tackles and linebackers are both part of the front seven. They work hand to hand. You got to have good front up front, and then you got to have a good linebacker. It's like a transition. It's like a it's like your you got your motor, and then you got your transition. You got to have both of them. You got to have an axle. If you can have the best motor, but with no axle to your tires or what have you, you're not going anywhere, right? And you got to have an exhaust. So it's a whole system that we're talking about. And speaking of systems, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of systems, this is what I'm going to get at too. You see, there's always a source, but whenever you put the re in front of it, that's what it pulls from. So if you are pulling from the source, that means you are resourceful. I have resources. You get what I'm saying? So the source of the nature, we don't have it here. We have nothing to pull from. In order for us to win in the National Football League, we will have to figure out a way with coaching and as well as philosophies and principles. These guys who never won by themselves have no way to pull from anything. And I'm talking about the Dak Prescotts of the world, the CeeDee Lambs, as well as Michael Parsons. You can talk about Trayvon Diggs. They don't have anything that's finite from a solid foundation that they can pull from and say, these are the things we learned. Because look at who really trained these guys. You got two generations, I guess two coaches. First, from Dak Prescott, you got Jason Garrett, which had an unproven foundation, an unproven system. And then you had Mike McCarthy, who failed as a head coach since the time of 2010. So we don't have a finite resource that we can pull from or a real source that we can pull from. And Emmitt, when they won their Super Bowl in 95, 96, they were able to say, okay, we have to win in spite of coaching. We have to win in spite of front office. How do we do that? Well, we have to pull from the main source of what Jimmy Johnson laid down, which was the foundation. That's how they were able to win. Shout out to you, Ice Cold. Appreciate you, Gallup. Thank you for jumping in. And Ty Man, appreciate you for jumping in as well. All right, so speaking of Jerry Jones, this is Jerry Jones at the Hollywood premiere on the Netflix special. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Not at all. I do always look and see if you're taking enough risks, actual risks. And there's a chance that when you really get accomplished in something, that you may have shortened your risk toleration. And so if I've ever wondered anything over the last few years, it's over taking enough risks. And
man, I can barely hear what he's saying on that audio. Let me see if I can find a clearer one. Shout out to John Machota for all of that. Let me see what we got here. When Emmitt Smith was talking, let me see what he said.
You see what I'm saying? It's a distraction.
All right.
You sitting out those two games during negotiations?
They had to answer these questions every day. Right. So they got to deal with something that had nothing to do with the game of football. Right. You see what I'm saying? It's a distraction. Like, these questions right now have nothing to do with this movie tonight.
Right.
It's a distraction. It's what you want to talk about. It's not really why I'm here.
No doubt. That is a true point. Like the Michael Parsons thing. And that's what we trying to convey to all of you guys. Like, week 1, our focal point should be Eagles, right? We should be gearing up saying, okay, we want to start off with a good fight. We want to start off with all of our mindset to say we got one goal, and our goal is to win each and every last game on Sunday, right? And then we want to win every rep. We want to win every moment. We want to continue to fight and bring forth the right things, right? But when you have the leader of your team, right? Your leader of your team, far as productivity, right? If your leader who accumulated over 90 pressures, north of double-digit sacks every single season, right? Led your team as it relates to pressures, tackles for losses, and things like that. If they're not being rewarded for the works that they put in and everyone else, it kind of tones down. It kind of tones down that person's voice. And it's crazy. It creates this micro distraction. That's why when you go into school systems, the principal is always the highest paid employer there, because what happens here, your assistant principal can't be getting paid more money than your principal. It's the principles of it, and we operating out of principles. And what kind of motivation would this give to Donovan Ezaraku? What kind of motivation will this give to Kenneth Murray or to a Marshawn Nealon or to a Jack Sanborn? What kind of motivation and inspiration, right, will this give, or an impact will this give to those who's trying to fight for new contracts and beyond? This is a level of distraction. And that's what Emmitt is saying. Instead of us talking about X's and O's, we're talking about wallets. And that's why, yeah. Tariq says, Jerry don't care. We care as Cowboys fans. And that's the problem. If Jerry ultimately cares about this team, he would figure out ways so that we would not be talking about this. We'll be talking about being prepared, being ready.
Play before on that defense. You already depleted in talent. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have your dog on a football field. You can't be going out there with some guys thinking that anybody can play that position.
That's good. That's good wisdom right there. Emmitt Smith, talking about Michael Parsons. You got to have that dog in there, It's like you going into a battle in war. You got your guns there. You say, look, let me just get the machetes. Let me get the bow and arrow, the sling. Let me get the slingshot. You got a gun right there. The other people got guns. No, we just leave the gun over there, man. Just give me the shovel, man. I can win with the shovel. No. Go get that gun. Go get that gun. Appreciate everybody, man. Morale says it's a business for him. Yeah. Nigel says Jerry would limit the distraction if he cared. Yeah. He would limit the distractions. The distractions can deploy and explode on a lot of things. There was a lady in the book that I was reading that she always wanted to have a child. She couldn't bear a child. So what she did was she wandered off into this area, and she saw this child. And she claimed this child as her own. But when the true mother saw that was her child, she said, wait a minute. That's my child. Why are you trying to take my child? And the king of that area, ladies and gentlemen, wanted to settle this dispute. And he said, okay, what we would do to settle this distraction is that we could take a knife slice the child in half, and both of you guys can be happy. Both of you guys can be wonderful. But the true mother, understanding that the sacrifice is more important, the obedience is greater than the sacrifice, and the understanding that I'm not finna get my child killed for this distraction. You can have him. Save the life. That is the issue. That is the issue with Jerry, is that he would rather have this division within the confines of the Cowboys. He would rather have us slicing the child in half. Right now, this fan base, ladies and gentlemen, is sliced in half. One is saying, Parsons, pay him. The other side saying, no, he's trash. When all Jerry had to do is when the young lad said, I want to get paid last year, you should have figured out a way. But that's the story of a different day, Cowboy Nation. You got to understand the cost that's involved with this. And Jerry Jones don't. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. But then I had to put some motivational music at the back of that.
I'm trying to tell people, there's a marketing play,
right,
and then there's a reality play.
right.
The reality play is, and I'm going to tell folks, so the media should have never called me a holdout.
So we heard that one already, and there is a marketing play. Yes. So Joe Hoyt, man, appreciate him for the unbelievable insight to what was going on and things of that nature. I didn't hear Michael Irvin's thoughts on this. Let's see what Michael Irvin's saying.
Surprised that it's been that long. You know what I mean? And no matter what we say, guys learn how to do things their own way. I can go and say, man, I think I play inside that team. I've thought that this team has talent. I don't care what anybody says. There are times that we have played football that I think this team has the talent to get to a Super Bowl. Now, do they have the unity? That's what they were missing. And hopefully they can figure that part out. Just watching this. It's not about stepping over. It's about so they can stop.
No doubt, man. Seeing Michael Irvin with that hair on his head, man, it's wild, right? We used to the other hair, man, you know. But shout out to Michael Irvin and his new hairstyle. Here's my thoughts on that part of it, Cowboy Nation. It's been 30 years, 30 seasons. One can say, okay, he's 29. We just rounding up, right? In order for us to win now, we have to shift. We have to shift it. Shift our mind to winning. People do what they want to do. And what you discover what you do the most is what you're going to do. The Cowboys been America's team, which is cool, but we've been a marketing team. If you scan throughout the entirety of the NFL, there's multitudes of topics primarily on the Cowboys. Now, of course, Odor is getting his pub right now, right? And Shiloh, shout out to both of them boys for doing what they needed to do in order to fight for their father's name and these things. But in actuality, no one trumps the Cowboys news cycles, right? Because this is what we do best. Unfortunately, it's crazy. Mario states here, and I appreciate you for your super chat, I feel like the Cowboys were validated last season. One bad season, and all those major networks showed tank, and we're canceled America's team. I feel you on that. And here's the craziest part of nicknames. It's always best for someone else to name them for you, right? We never asked to be America's team. It was given to us. The viewership still high on the Cowboys' demand. I'm old enough to remember Bill saying they the new America's team. Detroit was running around saying that they are the new America's team. A Washington team now saying that they are new America's team. Everybody is banging on the table to say we are the new America's team. and they haven't yet to trump the America's team, right? Even Kansas City to that degree, but that's a whole nother conversation. But it is for what it is. The Cowboys, let's go and talk about the 5 guys that the Cowboys had as their upside guys, like guys that's going to show up. We're going to go over Zion Childress, Phil Maffa, Tyrus Wheat, TJ Bass, and Mears Leofow. AI, let's see if you can pull this up. There was an article. Shout out to my guy Kyle Yeomans. He does a great job with this think piece. And we're going to go over that right quickly. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Within the confines of this, let's see if Tisha can get this going. Let me see.
Here are the 5 Cowboys with rising stocks, as featured in the High 5. 5 Cowboys with rising stocks. 5. Zion Childress, undrafted rookie slot defender. Impact debut. Led the team with 6 tackles while taking a team-high 27 snaps in the slot. Coverage proficiency. Allowed only 1 target in 14 coverage opportunities, resulting in a 6-yard gain. Elite grades. Earned the highest tackling grade, highest run defense grade, and the 3rd highest coverage grade on the team.
Okay, so with that being said, Zion, in my opinion, he got a good motor. He got good feet. Speed is there, a willing tackler. You seen him flash, and they are already saying that they're going to give him more and more opportunities, more and more situations. 5 guys do sound fire right by now. Seabass, yeah. So what I look for, that when we look at, and I'm just being real with you guys, when you look at preseason games, I'm telling you guys, look at the individuals. And from the individuals, you got to mark it down as sometimes when you are playing out there in preseason, you are looking to improve on certain things. You are looking to make a certain play. You're trying to execute. But what I don't want you guys to do, and some of you guys have been doing this, is that you draw a line in the sand just based off of the first game, the first preseason game. You say, oh, man, this team is terrible. You got to allow coaches to give their adjustments. You got to allow the players to give their adjustments. You can't be too high on a player one preseason game and say, okay, let's anoint them. Let's put them in a Hall of Fame. Let's say, for example, I was watching Travis Hunter. He caught one pass or barely caught a pass. And you can't dictate to say that that's who Travis Hunter will be based off of that preseason game for the Jacksonville Jaguars. These are all Costco sample sizes right now. So what we're looking for, 2 things. Those who played well preseason 1, can they continue, por favor, play well in preseason 2? And those who got elevated from the 3rd team to the 2nd team, and if you can get from the 3rd team to the 2nd team to the 1st team, you doing some good stuff. But we're looking to see whether or not you can maintain or do better than what you did the previous week. But what we can't do is sit up in here and say that based off of 1 game of preseason, that this is who they are, this is who forever they're going to be. No. So when you go into week 2 of the preseason game, we're looking to see who can elevate their game, who played badly with preseason 1, and how they can improve for preseason 2. So for those who said, hey, Law, why you showing the highlights of Joe Milton? Where them lowlights at? It'll be 90 minutes long. And I had a little excerpt on my pages, and there was a gang of people saying, hey, man, Joe Milton trash. He's horrid. He's horrible. And I'm sitting here saying, you're going to base that off of 1 preseason game? If Joe Milton were to come out there and throw 6 touchdowns, no INTs, and rush for 20 yards, what we going to say? He's the greatest thing since sliced bread? No. Channel your emotions, Cowboy fans. He's a developmental quarterback who got a strong arm. That's his, like you playing spades, he got the big joker, right? He got one of the strongest arms in the National Football League. And comparison is the thief of all joy, because there was a lot of people said, well, hey, Trey Lance was better. Don't y'all know that Trey Lance been in some shape, form of a capacity of the league for 4 years? For 4 years. So he's been throwing the ball in practice with somebody's camp, even though he's been a hurt guy. And even though they got almost the same age, because Joe Milton is an older player. This is his first year with the Cowboys. First game. First time out there. So it is for what it is. Let's pull up player number 4.
4. Phil Maffa, 7th-round rookie, running back, pass protector. Solid dual threat, rushed 10 times for 36 yards, and added 2 catches for 15 yards. Impressive blocking, showcased excellent blitz pickup instincts, securing one of the top pass blocking grades on the team. Opportunity capitalized, stepped up amid injuries to other running backs, making notable strides.
So they said the 4th guy on this list was Phil Maffa. If you're impressed with what he was able to do as a rookie with the second team O-line, what you will have to understand now, if he looked like that with the second team O-line, then you say, okay, what we looking for Phil Maffa this week, can he continue to do the same thing he's doing now, or can he raise that particular productivity and get even better than what he did week 1? Yeah. So those are the things that we're looking for. Tyreek says, Law, if we cannot run the ball, stop running the ball, we're cooked. We have a high draft pick next year, and we can't do fundamentals. Just saying, and it's from Tyreek. Now, granted, and I got to say this with as much respect to the Rams, they were able to run the ball on us. They were able to move the chain. But we still had to quantify. It's only been one preseason game. So preseason 2 and 3, if we seeing the same things that's happening, then we can start saying, okay, Cowboys, it's week 2, man. We only got a spoonful of these games as far as preseason and the evaluation processing. There should be some hard cuts, some sets of examples. That's how we would know this team is serious. But if we go out there and there's no adjustments from one week to another, and granted, it just hit me that all of these guys are going to play a tick better because it's a home game. They're going to have the crowd behind them. They're going to know the terrain. They're going to know everything a little bit better. So they may just be even more enthused for this particular game. But we'll find out. I can't wait to see it. This weekend, Cowboy Nation, Cowboys versus the Ravens.
3. Tyrus Wheat, veteran pass rusher, consistent preseason performer, continues to excel each training camp and preseason. Stood out despite team struggles. In 50 defensive snaps, posted 4 tackles, a team-leading 2 pressures, and 1 run stop. Highlight play, delivered a bull rush that knocked a blocker to the turf and forced the QB to scramble.
All right, so the third guy on this list is Tyrus Wheat, a veteran pass rusher at this point because he's been in the league for a second now. He's been on the back end of the roster. He's number 91. Shout out to my Mississippi guys. Shout out to Tyrus Wheat. So with that being said, there are some things that we can probably take away, even in the midst of losing in this preseason game. Those numbers, they're going to say, okay, all right, we're going to check off, and then we're going to do this right here. Let's see what he's going to do to marry up with these numbers for next week. And if Tyrus Wheat can continue to do that, then he earned a spot on his team. There's right now 90 guys. 90 guys on this team. And with 90 guys, I'm only looking for 53. I'm only looking for 53. 90 minus 53, 37. It's going to be 37 guys cut. 37. And if we do, what's 37 times? Was it 32 teams in the league? 32 teams. 37 times 32. There'll be 1,184 guys that's available. That's how many cuts going to happen on cut day. When teams move from 90 to 53, there's 37 guys that's going to be cut. 37 guys are going to be looking for an opportunity. 37 guys that's going to be on the street. 37 guys that could be working at Walmart, Payless, Publix, driving school bus. They better figure it out, Cowboy Nation. They better figure it out. What we have to do is, out of the 37 guys, we just need, 1,184. We need to find us a defensive tackle and a cornerback. Defensive tackle and a cornerback. News flash. Nobody cares about your inefficiencies. If what Tyreek said, if we can't run the ball and if we can't stop the run, nobody's going to care about your inefficiencies and your deficiencies. Nobody cares about your excuses. You got 1,184 guys that you can find, and if you did your proper homework and your research and all of your discovery, you should be able to find those guys. And if none of those guys are valued, worth, or worthy enough to do those things, then you will have to spend a little extra, meaning with a trade acquisition, not just no handshake. You're going to have to get out of your old archaic way, get on the phone and say, hey, I need to trade for a true defensive tackle. I need to trade for a real running back. I need to trade for a real cornerback. Because as they all say, everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. You get what I'm saying? All right, so let's move to the second person that was on this list.
2 TJ Base, offensive lineman, flex role versatile line presence, shifted from left guard 34 snaps to center 32 snaps in the preseason stellar protection. Did not allow a single pressure at either position, demonstrating reliability and adaptability. First.
All right, so TJ, I think he only messed up on when he was pulling, getting out to the edge. I was like, man, you got to get in the way. Big 66, he was just knifing through there, not putting the body on there. But to be fair, that's when he's in the flex role, so he was being pulled. And the things that they said that he was able to do showed a good deal of versatility. 34 snaps, and then he played at center. That's good. Stellar production. That is good. Didn't allow a single pressure. That's good. And demonstrated the ability to make the necessary adjustments. Keep in mind, offensive line play, man, you big guy, but you got to have the versatility to play everywhere on that line, and he showcased that. Right, so shout out to him. All right, let's go to the first guy that's on this list. Appreciate you, man. Thank everybody for tuning in.
Maris Liufau, second-year linebacker. Physical and aggressive. Displayed exceptional downhill speed and physicality in the preseason game. Run-fit confidence. Showed clear understanding of assignments and leverage.
That's good stuff. Keep in mind, he didn't play all 4 quarters. When you're starters out there, things do look a little bit better. That's all I'm saying on that.
Momentum builder. Trending upward to the point coaches may limit his reps to keep him fresh.
No doubt. So that's Maris Liufau. He's a momentum builder. He's a run-fit, confident guy. We've seen plays where he blew through the running back to cause pressure so the quarterback will not be able to step up through his throws. So with the youth, I really don't see any fault in Mears Leofow. Right? So if he's making plays with the twos out there, when the ones get out there, let's see if he can continue to do that, right? But that's a good thing to see that some of these guys are able to make plays on the back end. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation. If you guys are tuning in for the very first time, at this point, I want you guys to stay in control. And if you can't stay in control, let me show you how you can control at least this right here, your odor. Y'all already know what I'm getting at. Let's talk about control. And first and foremost, I'm talking about control body odor, and that's anywhere. And all you have to do is shop.mando and get $5 off of your starter pack, and that's over 40% with promo code LAW, shopmando.com. Let's go. I use this body wash odor control, full body control with Mando. They have the product here, and they also have deodorant that you apply under the arm for 72 hours of odor control. You want to be in control. And speaking of control, they also have the product that you can apply all over the body, the invisible cream, and it also fights for 72 hours. Look, it's all about being in control. And with Mando, man, they control body odor anywhere. All you have to do is shop.mando, get $5 off your starter pack. That's over 40% with promo code LAW, shopmando.com. Let's go and let's stay in control of your odor. I love it.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
Let's go with it, Cowboy Nation. Appreciate each and every last one of you all for tuning in. Mando, BO must be addressed. You ain't lying. Body odor must be addressed. And Mando destroys body odor. But we're going to need some reinforcement. Before you apply that Mando on there, wash yourself. You know, they got Mando soap, by the way. So be sure with your starter pack, use promo code LAW. If you need help on that website, click the link in the description box. We got it there. And someone, once you click that link, go to the website, use promo code LAW. Someone will be able to give you your percentages off. Yes, indeed. Cowboy Nation. I know it's late. Normally, we don't go late around this time. It be sounds of the soft souls and hits and oldies with the call-in line. Put a 2 in the chat if you would like for us to open up that call-in line. Put a 2 in the chat, and if not, we can depart. Yeah, we can depart from this night or this late night stream or what have you. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Jerry Jones need to get rid of this organization. I feel you, Joseph Warren. Oh, yeah, I definitely do. I feel you on the notion of Jerry Jones getting rid of a money line pipeline, because they bringing in a lot of money here.
After Jimmy left, I'm not surprised.
After Jimmy left. Is this a reminder of the golden times?
I think so. I think the best thing about it is not only the golden times. I think
I don't know. Let me see. Come on with it. Get away.
Can you imagine being the youngest team to ever win?
Oh, man. Something wrong with that site. I thought that this was don't you look like Bernie Mac just a little bit? I'm like, man, they didn't borrow Bernie Mac out of the grave, you know. Yeah. I don't know why this was not playing, though.
Right.
Not only win the Super Bowl, go back to back.
Yeah, something wrong with that one. Hold on. Let me see if there's something wrong with TikTok. Not TikTok, but Twitter in general. Could be something wrong with Twitter in general. All right, so 2 is only 9 p.m. where Ken is at. All right, it's only 9 p.m. Something wrong with DLL. Yes, let me see who else they got. Anybody worthy?
Well, it's real.
I don't know. Maybe it could be me. Let me see. Close out some of these, and let's see if we can get that going. Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. Something wrong with the audio there. Let me see.
Special because I
looked.
Yeah, there's something wrong with them. A-Rose says, wash them balls first, boy. Wash them almonds. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of twos in here. Since they have the spinning cycles of the wheels with DLLLLLLLS, let's see if we can go ahead and cut to commercial. And when we say that, if you ever been in a car wreck, T-bone, hit from behind, slip and fall at work, there's one group of guys that I need for you guys to reach out to.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
Yeah, that's 214 or 817, and all of the threes you can dial. Be sure to reach out to our partners, Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. They would take great care of you, not advantages of you. They located here in the heart of Dallas, and with all of those years of experience, over 100 years combined, they know the terrain, they know the area. We have about 8,000 to 9,000 individuals to move here in Dallas monthly. It's a lot of folks, a lot of things that can change. But if you can't reach out to Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers with that phone line, just visit FrenkelFirm.com. Let's get it one way or another, Cowboy Nation. My line, the hotline, or it could be the cold line for your mind. 657-390-7391. That's the cold line. There's nobody in here. Oh, it's the hotline. I got Point Dexter from the 409. What's on your mind?
Hello?
Yeah, you hear, man. You hear.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I'm helloing with you. Can you hear me?
Yes, the late night sounds of Law Nation.
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that. Sounds of soft souls and hits and oldies. Yeah.
Hey, man, I appreciate you putting up the Emmitt interviews and Michael Irvin and stuff. You know, they always have good stuff, man, you know, about team unity. You know, Emmitt Smith, you know, you say, hey, man, this is what we train for. This is what we do. You know what I mean? And players need to understand this is what you train for. This is what you do. You know, the front office, you know, they do them gymnastics every year. We've seen that. You know, how you gonna win a Super Bowl and not want to pay the MVP? You know, and then you're gonna win another Super Bowl and fire the coach. You know, there's a lot more crazier stuff happened then than happening right now with the Joneses. You know what I mean? So, as you said before, you know, people gonna be who they gonna be. You know, so we just gonna cheer for the team and hope that these players can, you know, they got a new coach. You know, and as you said, the first preseason game, you know, that's just evaluation, you know.
Right.
We had the whole thing with Shedeur Sanders, you know what I mean? He threw 2 touchdown passes in his first preseason game. How many quarterbacks you know that ain't even sniffed a starting role and threw 2 touchdown passes in a preseason game? You know, that happens all the time. It's preseason, you know. So we getting ready for this season, man. I hope that we might see a starter or two in this next preseason game.
Right.
We got to build up some calluses, man. You know, it's a pros and cons to it, but I also think that in a different, you know, we talk about the multiverse. You know, so you can have a multiverse where every preseason, you know, the team lost a key player, 2 key players, you know what I mean? So it's just fate, you know what I mean? And I don't think you can avoid injury by avoid playing. I really don't. You know, I think that Shotty made a good comment about putting LaDainian Thompson in the game for a preseason game, just having
Right.
him run a pattern and run straight out of bounds, you know what I mean? But he played.
He played.
So it's the same thing I seen preseason games back in the day when if it was a situation, you know what I mean? The starter would come in for their situation. They get a turnover. They inside the 20-yard line. The starters would come in, to get that work. You know what I mean? So I don't know how the situations goes, but you put Dak in. You tell him, hey man, look, if you drop back and somebody comes, you just fall to the ground or throw the ball out of bounds. It's ways to protect yourself being in the game. So you can't say you can protect somebody by not putting them in the game because there's ways to protect them if they in the game. Romo got hurt because he broke the pocket and tried to run. If Romo would have just fell down, it's a preseason game. You ain't got to make nothing happen.
Right.
It's a preseason game. Fall down.
Yeah, fall down.
Throw the ball down. You know what I mean?
Live the fight
So, it's
another
some
day.
things-
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's some things that you can. Yeah, it's some things that you can do, man. You ain't got to make a play in the preseason. You get in there, you call simple plays, a handoff. If you call a pass, like you say, if you see anybody break through, you just fall down.
Right.
So there's ways to protect yourself out there on the field, and still get your time in. And if it's a situation that you want to work on, put your starters in. Do some simple plays. You know what I mean, and let them get that work in. So it's all about getting the work in, So we still a month away from the season, and we're still enjoying ourselves. I'm enjoying myself, man, because I can watch little kids in the street playing football. You hear what I mean? I love some football.
No doubt, man. That's
I'm
what I
just
love,
looking forward to seeing this football game. Oh, and I want to shout out to the chat. Hey, man, y'all been very good to me, man. I appreciate all of y'all, man. Much love to the chat, man. If I mess up, y'all going to tell me, so I already know that. Hey, have a great evening, man. It's good listening to you in the nighttime, man. I'm just chilling out, have me a little highball, just chilling out, man, and get to hear a little law. So that's a good thing.
Yes,
hey, man,
indeed,
have a
man.
blessed one.
You as well, man.
Oh, I got to do it.
Yeah.
How far them
Yo, man, my God. Poindexter, man. Even at night, man. Yes, indeed, man. Y'all got to love that energy, man, and it's being transferred. There's people. I guarantee, there's people that watch this channel and they listen to Poindexter and they waiting for that moment, and they're somewhere right now. How about them? I know y'all did it. You put a 4 in the chat if y'all did it with them, Oh yeah. And you got to love energy, man. You got to love it, man. And it's going to be 5 times even higher when we start winning too, man. I just getting right in front of it. Come on with it, Yeah. We need to rate every time Poindexter call in on a scale of 1 to 10. Y'all need to rate his "How about them Cowboys?" To me personally, he got one of the best. How about them Cowboys cadence, and I love the energy, man. It lifts me up, Sometimes, man, I be somewhere doing something else outside of being live, and I do it, So come on with it. That's Boosie Collins on the line. Yeah. Yes, indeed. I have the 334. You're live on The Nation. Talk to me.
Yeah, Lo. I just don't understand how Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase can play, but Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb is not playing. And they went to the Super Bowl, by the way.
Yeah. Jerry Jones, JJ, is the reason why. Jerry Jones is the de facto end all be all for this team, and he looks at it like, hey, I'm paying this quarterback $250 million. I'm paying CeeDee Lamb a lot of money. I need my money to be money in, and my money can't be money in if they not money in on the right day. He could be preserving. Literally, we got 2 home games, preseason. You see the play now?
Right.
I want my guys to be fresh in the preseason game at home, if they're going to do anything. That could be JJ's thought there, Jerry Jones, or he could say, hey, I need for my starters to be at least visible week 1. That's just his philosophy, man.
Yeah, I just can't understand. And I've been a Cowboys fan for, man, pretty much all my life, Law. I'm 34 years old, and, man, I just it's just been a long time, man. I've been going through it for real, Law. Just
I know it's hard, bro.
Keep my head up, though, Law.
Man, keep your head high, man. I know how it is, man. For 30 years, when you was 4 years old, or going to be 4 by the time the Cowboys won their last Super Bowl here, and you didn't get a chance to witness like the great moments with the Cowboys. And it's been a long journey, but what I'm gonna tell you, bro, it's gonna be even more rewarding by you knowing that you didn't waver when we do lift up that Lombardi trophy. It's gonna hit you even more, bro. I promise you're gonna let them fall and everything. You ain't gonna eat horse droppings, but you're gonna really love the Super Bowl when we do win it. You're gonna really love it, bro.
Think about James Houston too, Law. Jackson State. You think he'll be able to make the team, or
he got to win the crowd? He got to win the crowd. He didn't do much this last game, so he got to win the crowd. If he went, and this is the time. You can't have a hangnail in this game. It's a home game. You got 2 back-to-back home games. You can't drop no football. You can't get embarrassed. You can't get hurt. This is a game that everybody eyeballs is going to be on you. So if James wanted to make this team, he got to do like a sack or something like that. Cooper Rush, if Cooper Rush out there, some of these DBs should know who Cooper Rush is and know his tendencies. This should be a one-year game. This should be a Marquise Bell game, right? This should be a game to some of these guys that's trying to fight for a spot in the road, and they know who Cooper Rush is. This should be, if he's playing in that preseason game, this should be a situation and scenario that they stand tall or not at all.
Got you. I appreciate it, Law, man. You taking your time out, man. I know how hard it is to be an entrepreneur these days, man. But I just want to congratulate you, man. Doing your thing, man. I want to salute you.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. And it wouldn't be possible without you, bro. Thank you. That's from the 334. Yes, indeed. Good call from him, man. 334, and he's 34. And I get it, y'all. The truth is the hardest pill to swallow. It is, man. Reginald says, Law, is it going to happen whenever JJ get out the way? It doesn't seem soon. Either it's going to happen or we can turn into the Raiders. They haven't done anything since their dad went away, you know. So, and they left the son in charge. So, yeah. The only thing is, Jerry might outlive us all. Yeah. He might outlive us all. You know, it'd be another 34 years. We still talking about Jerry. He's well equipped of knowing to mix up things in the pressers and sharpest attack, and he's that age. Like, I talking to a guy that was like 63 years old the other day, and he can barely put sentences together. I'm like, dang. When Jerry was his age, Jerry was firing off, doing all types of stuff, you know. So 63, 73, Jerry is 83, you know, and he's still here mixing up things, and it's crazy. I got D Shift, and then I got the 585. D Shift from the 409. What's on your mind? Talk to us.
What up, Law? Yeah, he gonna be AI Jerry.
AI Jerry, right?
Yeah, he gonna be ruling from what's Professor X. What's that big room he ruled from?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Be in that room. Cerebral.
Cerebral. Yeah. That's him. Cerebral Jerry. AI Jerry.
That may as well be him, man. Cause like, your boy Boss was on earlier. I was checking him out and just showing all the control Jerry has, and just kind of the narrative how it switched from with Shoddy, from, you know, just beginning of where you felt like this big culture shift was about to happen, right? And then, you know, you look up and it's same old. Well, you know, Joe Milton throwing all those passes. We're not looking to develop the run game. we're not working hard enough to kind of move those pieces around.
Yeah.
You had some good things from Malik Davis, and that was real surprising. So we've been kind of in the dark on him.
Right.
Could have been one of those situations where it's a guy's been talented all along, but the my guys thing that the Cowboys kind of do. So I mean, just limited with just with all the injuries and whatnot. What you have at the beginning of the season, your harder games are pretty much the last part of the season. So these beginning games, man, just being now there's some challenges, and especially if you're not a really good football team, I mean, I think we can take care of our business, man. Like, if CD and Pickens and the O-line is decent, they can protect Dak long enough to have that pass game, open up the run game. Maybe you got a jewel that's going to end up emerging. I don't think you play too many tough teams in the beginning of the first 8-9 games. I think the Packers, the Eagles for sure. Maybe the Commanders, but I'm not really sold on them, Law. They gotta beat us, bro.
Well, we don't play the Commanders until to the deep part of the schedule. So we do have some gaudy games up front. The Eagles, there's no one to sneeze at, and divisional games are always divisional games. The Packers going to be high flying, right? They got all those wide receivers. To a degree, Denver, you can't overlook the Denver Broncos on the 26th.
Can't overlook Denver.
Yeah, we haven't beaten them since 1995. Yeah, Cardinals. We haven't beaten the Cardinals since they drafted Kyler Murray. So it's going to be a battle within the confines of the battle. But I think we okay. We just got to have our identity established.
I think if you're gonna be a type of team that basically that we want to be, though, because I think with what we're talking about, I don't think we're just talking about making the playoffs. I don't think we tripping. Like, what I'm saying, when we talk about all these moves we need to make and just being so anxious, anxiety filled with certain positions like the running back position, secondary. I don't think that's all because of a playoff appearance. We talking about a championship, Law,
Yeah.
And so every year we got to wait for one. Like, you sit up here and tell me, like, all right, well, if you just content with this being a rebuild year, this is the perfect scenario. You should be good.
Yeah.
But
if this was a rebuild year, I think the whole entire fan base would be a little bit more relaxed and understand that there's no options of us saying Super Bowl. But by it being that Dak Prescott, and I got to use Dak Prescott as this anchor, you don't rebuild when you're paying
franchise quarterback.
Yeah, when you paying $60 million. And I hate to throw the money around, but that's just the reality of it. And he got 2 to 3 more years within the confines of that contract. Now, if they decided to not pay Dak Prescott last season, right, and let him walk, and then we go into this foundation of a rebuild mode, I think that the fan base will understand it a little bit and give grace and mercy with Schottenheimer. But what the Cowboys need to do is flip it and look at this as, I hate to say this, an all-in year. But it's too late now, right? It's too late to go all trading and moving up and all of this stuff for your star-studded players. Go ahead.
I'm just saying the urgency, man, of the quarterback position, because what you got in Dak, you got a franchise quarterback in his prime. You know what I'm saying? So if he's gone, like, it's no guarantee you're gonna get a Jalen Hurts, and even if you get a Jalen Hurts or whoever you might get, you still gotta rebuild and put a championship team around that quarterback. And this Jerry Jones shown time and time again he don't know how to put a championship team together. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you got this 2-3 years window with that. I mean, maybe you rebuild a good team and you get Dak to kind of take a team-friendly deal and he's able to play at a high level for another 5-6 years. But that's a stretch.
Yeah, it's a damn stretch, too. A long way. He's already 32. and 5 or 6 more years from within the confines of this contract. If they don't win it within this confines of this contract, Dak is gone. You know, they're gonna go ahead and sell him off to the sunsets and stuff like that, and be ready to move on with the next quarterback. In my opinion,
yeah, man. So I know people don't like to talk about the future and all. They want to deal with this year. But this year looks like a year where you trying to really rebuild and you're not trying to go all in. You know, you playing with the prime of a franchise quarterback's career.
Yeah.
So, man, I appreciate you, Law. Thank you,
doubt.
bro.
Shout out to you, man. That's my guy from the 409. Great teams operate from within the confines of the future. What's that? Days of Future Past. Xavier said, I don't want your future. You know, he was talking to himself. He didn't want his future. But the future is here. Great teams already operate. If you think I'm lying, cities, they already planning your future. They have a zoning. They already saying, okay, we're going to map out this location. We're going to build this school here. We're going to build this restaurant there. We're going to make sure in good cities, in prominent cities, they already mapped out 10 to 15 to 20 years already in advance of what they're planning on doing. One of the impediments of the Dallas Cowboys is the inability to operate within the confines of the future. You see, in order for you to get that discount, even for what they said that they want out of Micah Parsons, right? They should have already seen where they are at, but they would rather operate in the now versus operating within the confines of the future. So just like when people say that, hey, they overpaid for Dak Prescott, to a degree, those with that argument kind of right. When we say that they overpaid for CeeDee Lamb, to that argument, they are right. Because if you are operating within the confines of the future and you trust your evaluations of said player, you go ahead and extend said player before the end of life because you already know who said player is. There shouldn't be a situation whereas you saying, let that player prove who they are. Let them earn their money. Let them prove it in their contract year. That means that you are not evaluating your team properly. Let me say this again. You are not evaluating your team properly. If you are like what made the 49ers, and I hate to bring them up, shout out to my brother, Twin Empire. I'm going to go to here right here. Let me go overthecap.com. While they sitting on $46 million. Hold on, boom, get right here. Get right. Okay, what made them operate from this vantage point is because they saw talent in George Kittle and they paid him early. They saw talent in Fred Warner and they paid him early. So they get that discount from those two said players. Now, of course, Ayuk had to fight for his money. He was a tweener player, whether he's a true 1 or 2 or a guy that can be a rotational piece within a 1 or 2 wide receiver, and he wanted to get one money, and I get all of that, and they had to pay Debo and all of those things. Not to make this talking 49ers, but you got to figure out ways to forecast. Got to figure out ways to forecast. And we don't forecast right. If we forecast right, we wouldn't have a Javonte Williams here. We wouldn't have a Miles Sanders, a Deuce Vaughn. We would already have our running back in place if we forecast it right. We would already have the things that we're talking about with Zach Martin and all of this. When he retired, we would already have that person in place, right? If we build our team properly, we would not be relying, and I get it, shout out to Okoye, he did a great job of showcasing Mozzie tape or what have you, and shout out to J Tuck and all of them boys about One Tech. But if we were to forecast properly, we would already have a veteran defensive tackle one tech on the team, and Mozzie or Jay Toya, all of those boys, they would just come in at rotations. Your one tech, your true one tech will already be here as a veteran, and they will learn and cipher from them, right? But we don't know, we don't have the ability to forecast right. But we do know how to forecast events. They had RuPaul versus Mike Tyson here fight. They have jumbotrons of rodeo plays and all that stuff in AT&T. It's an event hall, basically. Taylor Swift and all of those things, right? Right? A-Ro said Mozzie suck. Like, if I was a GM of this team and I burned a first-round draft pick on Mozzie, I would have been able to clove that situation, whereas I would have put a Band-Aid over it so that people wouldn't isolate Mozzie and say he sucked. Law, what are you saying? Well, the 49ers did it, and I hate to bring them up again. The Eagles did it, right? Hate to bring them up. When they got Hargraves, he was a guy that was on another team, a veteran defensive tackle. They moved him in so that he can teach the youth, right? And still get playing snaps, and those youth can still get snaps. Keep in mind, there's 60 snaps a game, give or take, 60 to 65. If the Cowboys were wise and smart and understood, and I'm not saying that I'm better than Will McClay and all of those scouting boys, right? But damn it, if they knew what they got their hands on, they would have said, you know what? Instead of putting all of this heavy load on Mozzie, let's just get a veteran defensive tackle and insert him in as a rotation. 15, 25, maybe no more than 30 reps. And they would have been okay with Mozzie. I think you guys would have been okay with him. That's what the Niners did when they had, what was his name, Kinlaw. They still went and got pieces, veteran guys to insert, whether it was Armstead, whether it was Javon Hargrave. They brought in somebody to alleviate the shortcomings of Kinlaw. Oh, my bad. It's Jake Paul, not RuPaul. Y'all get what I'm saying. Shout out to you, Big Sarge. But I got the next caller. Let's bring him up. And he's from the 585. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by RogueShop.
Hey, what's going on, Law? What's going on, Cowboy Nation?
What's up, bro?
Cooling, man. Cooling. Hey, man. What I'm not feeling, though, when it comes to us as fans, man, I'm like, I think we jumping the gun a little bit as far as talking about a dang on Super Bowl, man. I would love to get there. I would love to see another one. I seen the last Super Bowl they won with Dion when he came in and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And my whole thing is like this, man. If the owner and the GM/GM, they not trying to bring the pieces in that they know that they need, man, because it's like every time, why every season we always got the Super Bowl. We always think of Super Bowl like all the rest of the 30 to 31 teams, you know what I mean, in the league. We think of Super Bowl, but we're not putting the Super Bowl caliber team together. We have talent on these teams, but they're not putting it together, man. Because it's like sometimes you need those higher hitmen on the team, man. Like you gotta get some of these bullies, man. Come on, man. It's like, you know, damn, I would love to see us in the NFC Championship game. You know what I mean?
But in order for us to get to the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl, you can't have efficiencies at cornerback, defensive tackle, and running game, right? And it's a toss-up with run game. It's neither here nor there. It's the unknown, of course. But that is a big concern there, right? We are a top-heavy team, and we have a lot of inefficiencies here. And, of course, we got a rookie coach, and it's going to be – we can get there, but it's going to be harder. And I wanted people to temper their expectations.
Yeah, and I am. I'm tempering my expectations of this team this year, man, because it's like, how can I say this, man? I don't like the fact that our team is the only team that like it's all about our players. You know what I mean? The our player thing should only be for certain players on this team. Not just because you drafted somebody in the 6th or 7th round, man. I get tired of that shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because the winning teams, the formula from what I'm seeing from the other winning teams, they're not scared to go get people. You know what I mean? Like, I just got mad when I found out that the dude from the Raiders, that's kind of weird. You know what I mean? He's going to the Ravens. Like, why is the Ravens getting good people? You know what I mean?
Because they got a finite philosophy. They got Justin Matabuke already. They got boys already on that front. It's crazy. And the rich getting richer type of thing, you know. And you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And the Cowboys, by them having their philosophy, we like our guys, it cripples us. You know what? What, Tyreek? You know what I get at with the Cowboys? We do a great job of evaluating our players, our undrafted guys. We do a great job of drafting, but our problem is we move so slow. That's our number one problem. We don't execute quickly. There's no sense of urgency. And then when it comes to last hour, then we say, oh, let's hurry up and do it. Because you know why? We operate out of comfort. There's no one that's going to get fired. Like Jerry and them, they're not up burning tape. They're not up watching stuff. Right now, I guarantee you, Howie Roseman right now is on the phone, and he's drinking his coffee, his espressos, and all of that stuff, and he's trying to bring in more and more weapons to his team.
Yeah.
You got us
the
poet $5.
Hold on, I got a super chat. Hold on.
Winning the SB. My dream for this team is a good, solid, well-fought season. Something we can be proud of.
Thank you, you got us. Yes, she states here, Tyreek, that, we don't live under the pressure of winning the Super Bowl. We operate, let me say this. Since it's late, it's 11:30 where I'm at. Where you at, bro?
New York.
New York, so it's real late where you at, too. So we operate after we done already laid down with her. You know what I'm saying? That's how we operate. We already got our big bus out the way, and we don't really care about getting another one. And the other teams, they operate as if though they're still on that chase. We still talking about the old ones we done knocked down, if I could talk like that. You get what I'm saying?
I get exactly what you're saying.
You get my philosophy. And that's what we keep bringing up all the time. Like, man, back in the days, man, I had 3 of them, and back in the days, man, I was able to do this and that. But, bro, it's time for us to operate as if, though, we're on that chase again, that we're hungry, we're doing anything and everything to go get it.
Yeah, and then the thing about saying it like that, Lord, I get it. I understand Jerry, they pay their quarterbacks a lot of money. You know what I mean? They're paying their main players a lot of money. I get that. But we can't keep living in fear that our people gonna keep going down, man. I know they scared because Dak got an injury history. Romo had an injury history before him, and he got hurt in the preseason game. I get that. Things like that is going to happen. But my whole thing is like this whole idea about not letting our starters start. They need chemistry. You got new people on this team that need to have chemistry with Dak. I'm tired of the first damn game for the last couple of years that Dak and them has not played in the preseason games. And they get in that first game, it don't matter who we really playing too much, unless it's like somebody like the Browns or somebody. But I'm talking about a competitive team.
Yeah.
We look sloppy as hell. It took about 3 games for us to get back in rhythm. 2 to 3 games. It's like, and why are we using the regular season games as a preseason game when you need to be using the preseason games as the preseason game? And then the preseason games got shortened up by a game. Come on, man. They got to cut that shit out, man. And then it's like you bringing people on this team that we don't even know if they proven enough to even do their job the right way. We don't know what Sanders is going to look like. We don't know what that other guy Williams is going to look like. You know what I mean? Why is these dudes sitting out, man? They doing that same Ezekiel Elliott bullshit. Like, that's the stuff that I don't like when it comes to us. We too mediocre when we need to be seeing what we got and if this is not going to fit, we need to make some adjustments. You know what I mean? They need to be on the phone trying to get some people up in here. You know what I mean? Because the way we going about it right now, I do not like Philly. I got a deep hate for Philadelphia.
Me too.
But if they smoke our goddamn boots in that first game, we might have deserved it. If they whoop our ass when they that banner come down for them,
right?
Because they're the defending champions. And I don't care, like, sometimes I don't care about that America's team shit.
Right.
I care about, like, is we going to add up to the people in our own damn division.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we got some people that was in the Super Bowl, that won the Super Bowl, that was in the NFC championship game, and other teams that's looking to come up to jump over the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that to say this, man. I'm just not with the comfortability of, like, I don't want my quarterback or my starters not to play a couple series.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a big problem for these guys to play at least 2 series. Get some of the rust off of that.
Hold tight, Tyreek.
Thank
Got a
you
super
all for your
chat.
strong facts into this upcoming season. We dem boys.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to you, Travis, man. Thank you for your support of $9.99 for your mind, man. He says thank you for all of the strong work that I'm putting in, man. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, you are right, man. You spitting with fire right there, Tyreek. It's just that, sometimes that when you get punched in the mouth and lose them teeth, it makes you realize that, man, we are not even equipped to hang with these boys, and we got to go back to the drawing board. But my thing is, will we be able to operate fast enough with sense of urgency to get the people in the building? And getting them in the building week 1, week 2 is too late. You're supposed to already have them here. You're supposed to already have Parsons working out. You're supposed to have him already teaching these boys and getting ready. The amp up to the first game should already be here. Everybody should be paid. Everybody should already have their contracts set and done. And we still talking about money. We ain't talking about football. That's crazy.
Exactly, man. That's the whole. That's the whole thing. That's the thing I'll be, like, kind of bugging out about, and when I'm watching and hearing other teams, you don't hear this stuff. Why is we the only ones that do this dumb shit and it's not working for us?
Because
you know what I mean?
Because we operate out of comfort. Yep.
Yeah, you're right, Lord, man. And I hate to say it. I hate to say it, man. Everything is new now, right now. You got new coaches. You got new players. You got new things. Then you doing what you're doing in the media against some of your star players. Like, why? Like, it's too much comfort, because, like, I almost believe Jerry got what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? He was on the grind in the beginning when he first got this team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was hungry then. You know what I mean? Because he had to put all of his bread into his product. You know what I mean? And make it sell. And he did his thing, you know what I'm saying, with some help along the way.
Right.
But my whole thing is like this now. Like, I look at, like, Jerry probably I feel sometimes like Jerry might look at it like, well, shit, I'm the biggest dog in the biggest fish in the ocean. I don't have to do as much anymore. You know what I mean? As long as I know that I got my 3 Super Bowls, I got my playpen, what I always wanted.
Yep.
And I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
I don't care. Let me just get this money. I don't care what we put on the field. You know what I mean? I don't care what the fans say. Only time I care what the fans say is if we get blown out and embarrassed. Now I got to make a move.
Yeah.
And everybody sees that about us. And I'm like, when are we gonna say, like, nah, bro, we need you to get that little bit of that hunger back. We don't need all the hunger, but we need some of the hunger, because we want to be a competitive team.
Yeah.
Because these other teams are getting more competitive, and especially in our division. I think it's going to be harder in our division this year. I just got a feeling about it.
It's going to be harder, man. I mean? It's going to be harder, man. But, hey, I appreciate you for calling in, bro. Hey, it's always a pleasure hearing you, man. What else you got before I let you go?
Man, I'm gonna keep hope alive, man. Hopefully I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time too, they got a bad pattern, man. Yeah. And I'm like, I notice it. But other than that, I'm gonna keep the faith. It's Cowboys for life. But you know what I mean. But we got to do better, man. We got to go into the end. That's all I got to say, Law.
No doubt.
But I holla at you. Peace.
No doubt, man. That's my guy, man, Reek. And he's speaking nothing but the truth, ladies and gentlemen. He's spitting nothing but the truth. And like I said, man, this segment is brought to you by RogueShop. You got to be 21 years or older to participate in these type of things. But be sure to check out our partners. Information is in the details of the description box. Be sure to check out them. If you have trouble sleeping, anxieties, man, even if you have weight loss issues and stuff like that, reach out to RogueShop. Visit RogueShop.com/law, LAW, for all of your CBD needs and beyond, and they will take great care of you, not advantages of you over there as well. So, and they have a Q&A services there too, so reach out to them, ask them the most important questions for that. One of the things that I want to talk about is the analogy approach. Is when you're hungry, you figure out ways to get fed, right? And whatever the desire may be. And like I said, when you got all of that testosterone build up inside of you, you doing anything and everything possible to go get it, if y'all get what I'm saying. And there's no, look, I'm from the country, and if you riding on a horse that's not gilded and they smell another horse and it's time to be in heat, that horse will be so hungry for that desire that if you riding that horse, they will run through barbed wires to go get that thing, you know. So you just got to be careful when you're hungry, because you try to do anything and everything to go get it. And the Cowboys operate whereas we are gilded already. We don't have no gonads, and we sit back and we operate out of comfort. And I'm not beating up the team, but I am. And the problem is that we seen, like, I am awake. He's a diehard Eagles fan, and we seen, like, from afar of the Eagles being hungry, right? They went out there and said, you know what? They went and got a linebacker. They went and made sure that they solidified their front. They went and got a veteran DB to help out the rookie DBs that they had last season. They went and got a running back that's proven, not no guy named Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders, right? They went and got proven commodities. So we talk a good game, but the Cowboys just don't. And I'm not beating them up, Cowboy Nation. I mean, this is not me panicking, but we just don't do the things that is needed and necessary, right? So this is what I'm getting at. Because we already talk about our success, even though it's in the past. I got from the 901, you live on the nation, man. Talk to me. Brought to you by RogueShop.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
This is Robert from Memphis, and I want to kind of talk about this, basically the same dude when he said about when Dan should have played in the preseason, and I also agree too. Then I also say some more people should also play in the preseason, like Sam Williams when he was injured all last year. He should have been one of them guys out there. Tyler Booker should have been out there since even though he's a first round rookie. He already looked solid in their scrimmage game against the Rams. He should have kind of been out there. And I also should say that Javonte Williams, since it's like you finna be our starter running back for right now, he should also been out there to see what we actually got up in you. And I also say Carolina also should have been out there.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. They should have been out there, but they were not. Now, Shadi did say that there's going to be a more ramp-up time, and we should see more of the starters play this game. I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see, but we can tell the influences come from Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. Not to beat them two up, but to do it. But this is for what it is, because you can't have Schottenheimer, Mike McCarthy, Jason Garrett, and Wade Phillips. All of these coaches come up with the same outcome of the reason why. You know, like, these guys are different people, but they all have the same outcome as it relates to their thought track on preseason. So that let me know. as the educated fans over here that let us know that Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones is having the controls of what's going on and who plays and these sorts of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what else you got, bro, for the 901? Is that it?
Yeah, that's all, man. That's all I wanted to say there. There's some more guys should have played out there. And also, they still should have played, too.
No doubt. Man, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling in, fam.
All right, how about them Cowboys?
How about them? And then update, people are saying that Tyreek was wrong. Wilkins is still not signed with any team. He didn't go to the Baltimore Ravens. Appreciate y'all swadding up with that information. Hey, it's better to be corrected than to be left uncorrected. So I appreciate y'all so much, especially for those who giving out that great information. I got my brother from the VIP lounge, man. He's in the building, and we're going to bring him up in a few seconds. From the 860, I got VIP, man. You live, man. Come on with it.
Lord, it's VIP, baby. Lord, it's too late for my energy. Well, I don't give a damn, Lord.
Hey, man.
I ain't mad at you.
No doubt, man. I love the energy, man. Anytime. Look, man, I saw you out there at the Star in Frisco, man. You look like you didn't have a good time, bro. It looked like you didn't have a good time. It looked like you had a great time out there, man. Yes, indeed.
Yes. Lord, look, Lord, I was out there to press Jerry, but I realized he was in Oxnard. But I'm pulling back up because obviously Jerry didn't get the note that I left in the big room, Lord. Lord, let me say this. Me and my son and my nephew took the Star Tour, whatever you call it. Lord, they almost had to call the police to get me out of there, Lord.
Yeah.
Lord, I was like to tell you, Lord, just to look at we got to look at all the trophies and our Super Bowl trophies and the rings and they walking we walked through the locker room. Lord, that was.
Did you do both tours? Did you do the one in Frisco and the one in Arlington?
No, when I go back because they said when the players are there, it's better to go to Arlington. So I just did the Star Tour. But I'm pulling back up, Lord. Lord, look, Lord. When I pull back up, Lord, I'm coming for 3 days. I'm gonna tap into you, Lord, because you already know. When I pull up, I'm gonna announce it on the Breakfast Club that I'm gonna be out there because they already told me I can shout you on the Breakfast Club. I got the green light.
Okay.
So look for that shout coming soon,
man,
Lord.
come on with it, man. And what I'm going to do is when you do that, I'm going to clip it and I'm going to pin it to my page on my Instagram, and I guarantee, and you can let them know, we guarantee it's going to be north of over 20,000 views, man. Tell them we doing 19 million views every 2 months, man, over there on Instagram. My Instagram is just doing crazy numbers, man. Yeah.
Respectfully, I see it, Lord. I'm on the ground.
Yeah.
Lord, when I found out how you could do that Arlington tour and the whole, I said, Lord, I'm not doing that tour unless I tap in the Lord.
Yeah.
So next time I come, I'm telling you, Lord, when I come in, my son come back, 'cause that's all my son was talking about. I want to meet Lord. I was like, yeah, he's in Oxnard right now. But as soon as we come back, Lord, I'm already lined up, Lord. I just got to pick what game I want to go to. But facts, before I do that, if Scary Jerry don't sign my goddamn lion, Lord, I'm just pulling up just for the muscle of it, Lord.
Yeah.
I might pull up with little what's little home that be talking all that recklessness, Charleston, whatever.
White.
I might pull up with home, man.
Charleston White, he a Cowboy fan too. Yeah.
I might stick him on Jerry, Lord.
Yeah. Charleston White, man, crazy guy, but he got a lot of knowledge, man. Mm-hmm.
But Lord, what I did see out of this preseason, I know everybody is what I really want to get to, Lord. Before I even get to the preseason game, I'm gonna need all my DAC D riders.
Come on,
I'm gonna need all of y'all to get in the goddamn. That's right, get in the timeline right now. I want an effing apology because I watched all of y'all bash my quarterback, telling me that this guy that we have that can throw the ball 80 yards is better than my quarterback. I'm gonna need a mother effing apology right now, or I'm standing on my business. I'm gonna call all of you out. I watch y'all. I watch you. That's why I don't say nothing. There's the old he's replaced. Oh, this the next. Oh, Dak, we can cut Dak. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah.
Be careful, Lord.
Yeah.
Be careful, because the grass ain't always greener on the other side, Lord.
Yeah. You right.
So put some respect on my quarterback's name.
Preach, preacher. Come on with it. Y'all better watch out.
Because I watch my quarterback pick apart defenses like that like they threw out there the other day. If that was Dak out there, first of all, Lord, I'm gonna need. Look, I'm giving this guy Shoddy a pass because I'm hoping he was high the first game, Lord. I don't know if he was on opium or if he was just high. But God damn it, how do you run 9 passes in a row and you got a quarterback that's nervous, Lord?
Yeah, rookie coaching moment, man. That happens. You know, I think that he didn't want to give away the sauce too much. We'll see though, because Joe gonna get majority of the reps this week, right? And we'll see how they open up, especially at home. Ooh, we better put on for our city, man. Shoot.
And Lord, before I leave, Lord, I did attend my first black. I've never been to a rodeo. I went to the black rodeo, Lord. Lord, I'm a New Yorker. I've never done nothing like this, Lord. Lord. That was crazy, Lord. They up waving their fans and they had dances. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Yo, I love Dallas, Lord. I'll be back.
Come on with it, man. We have a place for you, man. Thank you for calling in, fam. Let me hear you say it, fam.
Oh, I'm still pow, damn Cowboys. I ain't the killer, but don't push me, B.
Yes,
Jerry, sign the lion.
That's my guy right here, VIP, man. Unbelievable energy, man. Good father. Good role model to his son. Always giving me some good information, whether it's on Instagram or TikTok now and throughout the social media spaces, man. I really appreciate y'all, man. We one big family, man. And at the end of the day, we've been having a great time over here, man, doing our thing, man, talking Cowboys, football, and beyond, even on the late night session, right? We can put some cool jazz music behind this and rock on out, man. I love this way of us talking Cowboys. I get it, man. At the end of the day, you got to be a passionate SOB to be up at this time of night with north of 200 folks, man, at a time we normally don't be live talking football, right? And I always love that about us as a people, man. Regardless of the situation, regardless of the outcome, we here. We are not complaining about Jerry. We're explaining about Jerry. We get Jerry gonna be Jerry. We understand that part of it, right? And we just try to survive and live it all the way through to this particular point. And we'll say, hey, all right, whew. You know how Facebook be having, did you survive? Are you safe? Mark yourself safe after this storm, right? And this been a 30 season storm, right? And the storm should be passing us over, right? This too shall pass. That's what we're looking at, hopefully. I Am Awake says we love football. I appreciate that. Nigel says, yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be back on regular schedule. I do know that we should have Cowboys Collective tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, and we may do it back to back, like Tuesday and that Wednesday. We're trying to figure out scheduling. This week we have the Super Friends show this week, so we're trying to work out scheduling with that, and we got to talk to our divisional foes, whether it's the Washington team, check in with them, the Giants, check in with them, and I'm doing bad, though. The Eagles. I'm doing bad right now. Ooh-wee. I'm in a group chat with Louis T., Lord Bronson, and Bad Dog, and they talking that crazy stuff. Louis T ain't talking too much, though, based off of that first preseason game. But they still talking about what they did last year. And now there's a little wager on the line, right, of who's going to be dead last. And they all beating up the Cowboys. You know, everybody, see, and I said, that's okay. Because I'm old enough to remember, Bad Dog, that they was talking Donkey Kong size stuff, all Super Friends, all that year long when Danny Dimes won a playoff game, and they were saying that we were the underdogs. People failed to realize that we were the underdogs, that I think it was 2023 or something like that. In grand opening, we put 40 points on them. We put 40 points on the Giants. We put 40 points. Yeah, can you imagine? Now, y'all can only imagine. Y'all can only imagine that group chat that we are in with Lord Bronson and Louis T. Cause them boys, woo. But we'll see, though. We'll see, man. This week, and y'all already know, we need to be representing Cowboy Nation, stand tall, and y'all gonna have to have my back right now. You know, we know our problems. We got a meddling owner and his son. They look like brothers. They don't look like father son. That's how old and gray they are right now. You know, so I can't wait, man. But Cowboy Nation, as we get ready to depart and get things moving and grooving, let's not overanalyze. Let's understand that we haven't seen Osa. We haven't seen Micah. We haven't seen Trayvon Diggs. We haven't seen Overshawn. These are guys that we should be getting during this season, right? Solomon Thomas. Boy, we got some reinforcements. We do. Yeah, I ain't gonna drink Antonio 804, but I need to have me at least 2 or 3 shots. 2 or 3, just not 22 of them. Shout out to Emmitt. One thing y'all should know about me, and let me know if I'm wrong. If it's a deal on the table, I'm going to try to be a man of my word and honor that deal, even if I have to fall out of this chair, right? And I did just that. Can you imagine if I'm the owner of this team or the GM of this team? I would get the deal done, even if I have to fall out this chair. Come on with it. Yeah, gut bummer, man. Damn, my phone died at the VIPs. Man, God, dog, man. Appreciate that. I'm glad you're back. Cowboy Nation. We are here. We're fighting it all the way to the end. We're going to see this all the way through. We're going to get things going the best way possible. We're not going to let these little hiccups be in the way. I'm going to continue to say this, Jerry. Focus. Be like that laser. A laser can cut through any substance on this earth, allegedly. It's a focused beam of light. It's still the same light that you have when you turn on the light in your room, but it's a focused, concentrated light. And if you focus in on the things that you want, somehow the multiverse will open it up for you. We've been focusing on the wrong things, ladies and gentlemen. We've been focused on our marketing team. We've been focusing in on being a team for sensationalism, clickbaits, the Zeke Who's. Oh man, I was so excited that I was able to get Joe Milton. I had to pinch myself type of conversation. But when we gonna be focused on winning? Winning should be the main thing. Letting people know that I still got that hunger. Letting them know I can still rise up to the occasion. I can still get out there and get the best things for this team. But you got to be hungry. PhD, put that down in the chat. Poor, hungry, and determined. If you have that, nothing is impossible for you to achieve it. That's all we got to do, Cowboy Nation. Just focus in. Slow down. Say, okay, I need a D tackle. I need a cornerback. Veteran-wise. We do a great job of drafting, and we do a wonderful job of bringing in undrafted free agency. But for right now, we're doing a horrid job on finding talent that's already warranted, like your veteran guys. We need to help in that department. Sweet Zeke says, I still have faith in this season. Yeah, shoot. Haven't even started yet. As they say, measure a man not by his words, but by his actions. And we're going to be looking at the actions. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawny and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind. If you will simply, just simply go after the things you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold, poverty, or the famish of fame, or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the things you want, if dogged and grim, and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty, G-O-D, you will get it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to the sounds of soft souls and hits and oldies, Law Nation Sports. Nothing but the best. Let's get it. My theme music, yeah. Come on with it. Come on with it. My board done broke over here. Here we go.
Tell them run it up. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet.
Tell them run it up. Hey.
No sleep, no
Yo.
rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up.
Come on.
I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands. I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage. Now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans. Don't need no friends. I got my homies. Thought I could trust you. I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court. I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out. Can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice, and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Come on with it, ice cold cowboy.
I wake up.
Flex.
I'm down natch.
Uncle Charles.
This. Tell him run it.
Come on, Seabass.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell him run it up. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down natch.
Yeah.
No drip this. Tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I
stretch.
Run it. Y'all gon' make me take that trip where
Philly. Come on, Seabass. Come on.
Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they get
buried.
Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games.
Yeah.
Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain.
Not mines.
I made a promise to her, swore that I would
Yeah.
change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
Jerry, I see you.
I wake up.
Come on.
Thumb down, now check. No drip this. Tell them run it up.
Yeah.
No sleep, no rest.
DJ,
Might crash,
DJ.
might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up. Thumb down, now check. No drip this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up.
Come on with it. Yeah. All right. Seabass says, some gorgeous, beautiful women. Shout out to the lovely ladies. Shout out to all of the people that's watching and following the nation. Brought to you by Sweet Beats. You will enjoy, I guarantee.
Take a drag of my cigarette, breathe me out,
breathe you in. Thank you, Sounds of Soft Souls.
Take a bite of my burger, babe, save the last bite for you.
Nah, I gotta get that last bite, baby.
Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too? I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do.
Come on. All right.
7 wonders all in one. All in one. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone.
Don't let them hit you, baby. It hurts.
You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too?
I follow wherever you go, whatever you do. AI Tisha, can you list 25 reasons why someone should support Law Nation Sports and beyond? Come on with it, AI. I know you got it. Got it in you somewhere.
Here's a list of 25 strong reasons people should support, subscribe, and donate to Law Nation Sports. 1. Passionate, unapologetic Dallas Cowboys coverage you can't get from mainstream media. 2nd, insightful game breakdowns with in-depth film analysis. 3. Consistent uploads. You always know content is coming. 4. Engaging live streams that make you feel part of the conversation. 5. Access to behind-the-scenes Cowboys news and insider perspectives. 6. Balanced commentary. Gives credit when it's due and calls out issues when needed. 7. Sharp football IQ and years of study in the game. 8. Entertaining delivery that mixes sports talk with humor and energy. 9. A positive and welcoming community for true Cowboys fans. 10. Coverage of both stars and overlooked players, not just the headlines. 11. In-person reporting from training camp, games, and special events. 12. Honest takes without corporate sponsorship strings attached. 13. Highlights and reaction videos that keep you informed even if you miss the game. 14. Special interviews with former players, coaches, and insiders. 15. Encourages fan interaction. Your voice is part of the show. 16. Breaks down rumors and separates facts from clickbait. 17. Offers strategic insights on draft picks, trades, and roster building. 18. Covers the emotional side of football and what it means to the fans. 19. Creates a family-friendly space where all ages can enjoy the content. 20. Represents Cowboys Nation with pride and authenticity. 21st. Offers giveaways, shoutouts, and fan appreciation events. 22. Keeps the conversation going year-round, even in the off-season. 23rd. Stands up for players against unfair media narratives. 24. Delivers high-quality production, graphics, and sound. 25. Every subscription, like, and donation helps independent sports media grow, keeping fan-driven voices alive.
Yeah.
So tell your good night.
It's not too late to get your name up on the wall here. Appreciate everybody. Thank those who tuning in for the very first time. Salute to AI Tisha. We really appreciate you. Let's get it. Yeah. Come on. I'm gonna see if AI Tisha can give 100 reasons. That would be crazy. I don't think she can. Let me see if she can. We're gonna ask AI Tisha, can she give us 100 reasons why they should support Law Nation Sports? That would be crazy, huh? Let's see if she can do that. That'd be crazy. Come on, let's see. Let's see if we can get to her.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to be, who you're going to be, who you're going to be.
Come on. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah, come on with it.
Because you don't know who you're going to be.
AI, Tisha, can you do me a huge favor? List 100 reasons why people should support Law Nation. Let's see.
All right, Law. You asked for 100 reasons. So here comes the mega list of why people should support, subscribe, and donate to Law Nation Sports. 1. Passionate, authentic Dallas Cowboys coverage. 2. In-depth film study and breakdowns. 3. Unique insights you can't find on ESPN or FS1. 4. Consistent uploads every week. 5. Live streams that feel like a barbershop conversation. 6. Behind-the-scenes training camp coverage. 7th year-round Cowboys content.
Yeah.
No off-season for Law.
Keep gassing me up, baby.
Analysis of
Come on
stars
with
and
it.
unsung heroes.
Yeah.
9. Calls it like he sees it. No sugarcoating. 10. Sharp football IQ and years of studying the game. 11th. Humor mixed with knowledge. Football talk that's fun. 12th. Interviews with players, coaches, and insiders. 13. Highlights and reaction videos. 14. Breaking down rumors and separating fact from fiction. 15th. Representing Cowboys Nation worldwide. 16th. Family-friendly and positive atmosphere. 17. Giving fans a voice during
Keep
streams.
going, girl. Keep going.
18. Attends
Yeah.
events and reports live.
Yeah.
19. Produces high-quality graphics and sound. 20. Brings energy that keeps you engaged. 21st. Honest critiques of front office decisions. 22. Explains the X's and O's for casual and hardcore fans. 23rd. Covers free agency, trades, and draft strategy. 24. Brings receipts when calling out bad takes.
Dang.
25th. Educates fans on contract negotiations and cap space.
Come on with it, girl.
26.
Yeah.
Inspires hope while keeping it real. 27th.
Yeah.
Covers rival teams from a Cowboys perspective. 28th. Entertaining watch parties during games. 29th.
Girl, you know everything about me.
Breakdown of player development. 30. Post-game reactions with detailed stats. 31. Doesn't ride the fence. Takes a stand.
Come on with it.
32nd. Balances emotion with facts. 33rd. Creative titles that pull you in. 34. Engages fans in the chat during live streams. 35th. Organizes giveaways for supporters. 36. Travels to bring unique coverage. 37. Represents Mississippi roots with pride.
There's 1,000 of you.
Shares personal stories that inspire. 39.
Come on with it, girl.
Welcomes debate without hostility. 40th. Encourages community growth. 41st. Respects the legends of the game. 42nd. Uses humor to roast rival fans.
Oh, yeah. She know me, show me.
Breaks down defensive schemes in detail. 44th.
Yeah.
Shows love to offensive line play.
Come on with it.
45th. Covers rookie growth and expectations. 46.
She ain't making up
fans
nothing.
for each game with previews. 47th.
All right.
Deep dives on key matchups. 48th. Explains coaching decisions. 49th. Predicts breakout players. 50. Challenges false narratives from national media. 51st. Engages with other content creators. 52nd. Maintains a loyal fan base. 53rd. Provides uplifting messages. 54. Mixes football talk with life lessons. 55th.
She
Stays
cooking.
connected to fans on multiple platforms.
Let her cook.
56. Attends Cowboys events like Oxnard Camp. 57th.
Dang.
Delivers training camp insider notes.
I'm scared now. Come on.
58th. Explains player strengths and weaknesses. 59th. Keeps the focus on winning culture. 60. Doesn't just talk, he listens. 61. Recognizes fan contributions.
Come on.
62nd. Educates on NFL history and Cowboys heritage. 63rd.
Boy, she cooking.
Breaks down special teams' importance. 64. Covers position battles in detail. 65th. Shares draft prospect evaluations. 66. Covers college football tie-ins to the Cowboys. 67. Offers betting insights responsibly. 68. Motivates young fans to learn the game. 69. Brings up-to-date injury reports. 70. Fights misinformation online. 71. Gives platform to lesser-known voices. 72. Keeps content free for the masses. 73rd. Shares highlights for quick updates. 74. Involves fans in polls and votes. 75.
She's on fire.
Keeps rival fans entertained too. 76. Goes live after breaking news. 77. Keeps longtime fans informed on changes. 78. Uses humor to keep negativity in check. 79. Creates
Boy, I'm dancing
shareable
now.
social media clips. 80.
Well, look at her moving on
Brings
there.
passion even after tough losses. 81st. Holds players accountable without bashing them. 82.
She know me.
Recognizes the human side of athletes. 83. Explains complex plays in simple terms. 84. Reacts to press conferences. 85th. Organizes collaborations with influencers. 86. Keeps nostalgia alive for 90s Cowboys. 87. Works hard without a huge corporate budget. 88th. Travels on his own dime to cover the team. 89th. Uses donations to improve production. 90. Represents independent sports journalism. 91. Shows gratitude for every supporter. Let's go! 92. Motivates through personal perseverance. 93. Builds unity in Cowboys Nation. 94.
Come on, baby.
Keeps the focus on football.
Then 95.
95.
Come on.
Celebrates fan creativity. 96. Inspires the next generation of creators. 97. Proves independent voices can compete with networks. 98. Brings fresh content ideas each season. 99. Makes fans feel like family. 100. Because supporting Law Nation sports keeps a passionate fan-first voice alive. And that's worth every like, sub, and donation.
Ooh, she's on fire, man.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to meet.
Man, she was on fire with that one, man. Ooh, wee. Let me get on up out of here, man. 100 reasons. If I were to tell her 1,000, which I ain't gonna do, man, she probably give me 1,000, boy. Hey, I feel good, man. There ain't nothing like hearing someone giving you a boatload of confidence, man. That's crazy, man. They know more about me than me. Appreciate everybody, man, for jumping and rocking with the nation. DC for life, not for sure. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. Remember, Jerry Jones, I can't put that out there. He says, list 100 things you hate about Jerry Jones. Oh, no, how you going to tell her that? AI, please don't do that one. Let me get, y'all, I need to be alive tomorrow. You know, I want FBI to come after me. But I appreciate each and every last one of you guys. Be sure to hit that like, share this content. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
It's an evil world we live in.
Come on. We about peace. One love. No antibiotics needed. I'm going to go back and listen to that. Until next time.